Welcome everybody, Bill here. So today I just wanted to take you through some of the tools that I think are essential to have in your toolbox, especially if you're someone who's just starting out, you're not quite sure what to have. These are tools that I use all the time, and these are tools that I've had for a long time that I started with. So I just wanted to go through it with y'all, and hopefully you enjoy it. And we just want to thank you for stopping in and getting up and at it with Bill and Denise. So I'm just going to go through the tools I use on a regular basis. The first are channel locks. I have two different sizes. I use them all the time. They're adjustable. They can fit around a wide variety of different size nuts, pipes, bolts, whatever. Can use them to pull out nails. They're just invaluable. And then just a simple pair of pliers and needle nose pliers um, really come in handy. The needle nose, especially if you have to get somewhere tight or if you're working with wire. It also has a wire cutter on there, so you can snip wire. And then a good screwdriver set. I have more than this, but I didn't. I have enough out here as it is. But just your basic Phillips head and flat heads, and then this deal here, which takes different bits, so get yourself a nice bit set, which really nice, one handle, different bits. It's a wonderful thing. My vice grips, which again I use all the time, especially if you got like a nut or something that's really stuck. You can clamp that on there, and it gives you more leverage. And they're just invaluable. I use them when I'm got small stuff I'm putting on the wire wheel to hold it, so my fingers aren't right there. I mean, they're just great. This tool right here, the 5-in-1 tool. They have 10-in-1 tools now, but I've had this for a long time, so it's 5-in-1 tool, or a painter's tool. Invaluable, does a lot of different things. It's one of those things I use all the time. It's a scraper. It's got a little cutting edge on it. You can clean your paint roller with it, scrape with it. It's got a little hammer over here. You can pry with it. It's just so many things you can do with this one tool. It's one of those things that I really recommend you have in your toolbox. A good tape measure. This one's a 25 footer. It's a really stiff tape, which means I can send it out quite a ways before it finally snaps, and like tape measures do. A good hammer, just if you're whatever project you're doing, just having a good hammer is essential. A monkey wrench is what I've always called her, a pipe wrench. Adjustable. It's great for especially working obviously with pipes. And just an adjustable crescent wrench. A good file set. Most of the time I use my files, it's going to be to sharpen a blade of one sort or another. Like my lawnmower blades, things like along that lines. A good hacksaw, and I use the hacksaw. It's not just for pipe. You can use it for PVC. It's things like that. So you don't have to get a power tool or anything like that. A simple hacksaw with a blade at the local hardware store isn't that expensive. An adjustable square. I use this one all the time. This is not the most expensive one. I've had it for years. You also can do 45 degrees or right angles. It's adjustable. It's got a tape measure on it. Really nice to measure out your cuts before you use a circular saw or anything like that. Just a nice thing to have. Electrical tape. It's not just for electrical fit. I use electrical tape all the time. I just find it easier to use. It will stand up to being outside. So having a roll of this is invaluable. A good pair of work gloves, especially if you're handling a lot of wood. undoubtedly I always get splinters. That's why I really like these gloves. These gloves are a Harbor Freight thing. They're not that expensive, and I use the heck out of them. Love them. I usually have 2 or 3 pair going at a time. So uh, I like. I'm not endorsed by Harbor Freight or Hardy or whoever. I really like these gloves, and they're inexpensive. A good set of pry tools, especially if you're tearing something apart, being able to get uh, nuts and or not nuts, but nails and things out of the wall, or prying up a floor, things like that. Having a good set of pry tools is really essential. A good razor knife, X-Acto knife, whatever you want to call it. I've had this one. It's gosh, it's probably, I think it's the first one I bought. I have several others, but this is the first one I bought. Um, and you know, it's easily the blades are easily changeable out. You know, it's just a nice thing, and really nice thing to have. A good driver. This I'm a DeWalt guy, so so all my battery operated deals are DeWalt. I just find it easier instead of having different brands, whatever. I have one set of batteries that I can use on any of my tools, which is really nice. And so, and then the other thing is to have a good, and I'm just going to lean in here and bring out this set. But this is a set I bought at a hardware store, actually, when we bought our snowmobile, and I needed to take the windshield off and the handlebars off the sled to get it into the truck because it wouldn't fit otherwise. So I ran to the local hardware store in this little town, and this is what they had, and it wasn't that expensive. It's got Allen wrenches, you know, the box wrenches, different bits, and then the sockets. It's, you know, not the most elaborate set, but I carried in the truck just in case I do need something. Um, I have at least some tools to work with. You can get the all-in-one kits at the big box stores or Harbor Freight, whatever, that have the hammer and the pliers and a lot of the stuff in them, and that's fine, whatever, you know, fits into your budget. So I hope you liked the video and found it informative, especially if you're someone who's just starting out with doing home improvements. One thing I would like to say is that you do not have to go to the big box stores and spend a lot of money on the big name brand tools. You can go to places like Harbor Freight and get decent tools for a lot less money. My general rule of thumb is that if it's something I'm going to use all the time, then I am going to probably spend a little bit more money on that tool. If it's something I'm just going to use once, maybe once in a while, I don't want to spend a ton of money on it, and I'm going to look for the best deal I can for, you know, a decent tool. The other place to check out are thrift stores. Thrift stores sometimes have great deals on tools. I got a hand router for $7. There's nothing wrong with it, and I use it all the time on different projects like my deck chairs, things like that. And for $7, you can't beat that. The other place to check out are yard sales, estate sales. You can find good tools for a lot less money, and they're just used. There's necessarily nothing wrong with them, other than the fact they've got some dings and dents, right? But they still work. So those are just some tips for you. Anyway, I hope that you've, again, found this video informative. We'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, hit the subscription button, the notification bell, and we will continue to try to bring you good quality content. And we just want to thank you for getting up and at it with Bill and Denise. Take care, everybody. God bless.